everyone. It's Andrew Krug here with Pavel Strunkin, who's one of our speakers at OQConf on October 5th through the 7th. Now, Pavel, great to have you with us.
Hello,
Uh,
everyone.
your talk is going to be on getting started with Visual Regression Tracker and doing visual testing with it. So can you briefly explain what your talk is covering and why did you decide on this topic?
So the Visual Regression Tracker is basically the tool that I'm doing in my free time. The recent half of the year I spent building that tool, and I found for myself that this is something that we were lacking in QA from our side in the project that I've been working. So my talk gonna be about the real situation when you can use the visual testing where the nothing else gonna help you a part of this.
Awesome. Thanks. And what, in your experience, what is a common mistake teams are doing with their testing?
I think the common one is making lots of Selenium tests, end-to-end tests. We all know about the testing pyramid, right? Another part is just try following this approach. And unfortunately, every level involves knowing different tools. And maybe the mistake is concentrating only using one tool and trying to cover all the levels where actually we need separate ones for each of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of the main reasons why I actually wanted to have this create this conference is that reason itself. Um, Now, what are some of your key takeaways from your talk?
So first, about what is the visual regression, what is the visual testing, why it's needed. Also, I'm gonna share lots of information from other talks that I'm gonna be using as well, that you're gonna see common mistakes, common solutions for those mistakes. Also, I'm gonna briefly cover some future plans for the tool and maybe inspire some new people to contribute to that tool and maybe make it something great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love open source tools. I love using them in new and unique ways. And visual testing is one of those things that like there's only a few different products you could actually use for it, and most of them are all paid. Um, so that's great. Now, what caused you to want to share your experiences at OQConf?
So first of all is the challenge for me. I want to share the things that I've done to let other people to see and maybe to even judge what I've done. I want to test my skills even in JavaScript development because I'm not like a professional developer, but it is something that I'm doing as my hobby. And still I'm thinking that I get something done and it's something is working, and I want more people to see and maybe to inspire more people to start their own project, something like that.
That's great. That's great. And getting people into testing different components of the application at the different levels is something else that seemed like you want people to do with your tool. Actually get down and just test the components itself. So that's
Yeah,
great.
right.
That's absolutely great. Now, what open source project did you select to donate towards and why?
I actually was a bit selfish. I selected mine project because this is something that I invested all my time, the half of the year, and it's not the money for myself. I'm going to order the design for the project because the UI part is something that is struggling. Unfortunately, I'm not the best one in designing the UI for the tool. So if I had a chance, I would invest some resources into this, and for sure encourage maybe other people if they have skills in that for sure to contribute. I need help, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Doing the actual design part is always like the trickiest thing because it's everybody wants their stuff to look pretty, and getting pretty done is tedious to do.
Yeah.
And then you change the resolution, and everything goes terribly wrong. Um, I've, I've had experience in web design. It's great. It's a great field. I feel for those people. So, what is one thing you wish you knew when you were first starting off in your career?
I wish I knew that it's not so bad to fail, and actually the more takeaways I talk after the failure, and maybe for the past me I would suggest to fail more, to fail fast, and to get more out of the failures.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it's. You only learn through one way, and you have to sort of mess up, and then you learn to
Exactly. That's
evolve
how
from
it
that.
works for me, right?
Yep, that's excellent. Uh, thank you so much for spending some time with us, Pavel, to go into your talk a little bit more. Remember, you can learn more about his talk by actually attending the conference. Tickets are still available. Make sure to register and buy now at oqconf.com/2020. Thank you again, and
Thanks for
we'll
having
see
me.
you in the conference.